The Jedi Scepter is a weapon with tremendous power, though we usually only think of the lightsaber and vibroblades when we think of Jedi weapons. The Jedi Scepter or Staff, as well as the Sith Staff or Scepter, are weapons that aren't mainstream throughout Star Wars history, and that's mainly because they require one to have a substantial mastery of the Force for them to be preferable to lightsabers. Only the top-tier Force users of the Star Wars saga reap more benefits from the added Force abilities Scepters provide than those the flexible and effective lightsaber can offer. A famous example of the Jedi using scepters is in Carta del Gormo, while on the Sith side you have Lord Marka Ragnos who also used an augmenting scepter. There are other scepter users around, and even some who aren't even Jedi or Sith, such as the ruler of Tamizna, who would be granted use of the Tamizna royal scepter, the supreme overlord of the Yuuzhan Vong, and more. To understand the benefits of using a scepter rather than a lightsaber, let's look at some of the famous scepters from Star Wars. One of the most famous examples is Marka Ragnos' Scepter of Ragnos, which was a dark side scepter this Dark Lord of the Sith used. It could store dark energy and release it on subjects, making them Force sensitive. In Carta del Gormo, who was Yoda's master and the Jedi Master proficient in the use of the Force, crafted his own Jedi Scepter with a condensing crystal on the top part, probably to augment his Force capabilities. Sith and Jedi Scepters empower Force Masters to pull off amazing feats, and they are generally created by the user to enhance a natural power of his or her. However, one curious scepter has a biological origin. I'm talking about the amphistaffs. The amphistaff are a living species who are used as weapons by the Yuuzhan Vong race. That's right, the Yuuzhan Vong race's leader legendary amphistaff is nothing more than a special bioengineered alien species he holds in his hands. These amphistaffs are serpentine beings used as anti-personnel weapons as they were voracious predators who could cut through mostly anything at close distance with their razor-sharp maws. The Jedi Scepters, as well as Sith ones, aren't the first of the kind, as the Rakata are depicted using staffs and scepters of power. It is no wonder they are used in the Star Wars universe as a symbol of authority, and we can see this even in the Senate, where the Speaker's staff provides authority to the Vice Chair of the Republic Senate. With all of this said and done, Jedi Consular Masters dedicated to the mastery of the Force used these weapons, which makes me wonder why Yoda preferred a lightsaber instead. Throughout Yoda's life, he acquired a lot of different Force powers, and I can think of one or two which would benefit from the enhancement properties of a scepter. This allied with the fact Yoda's master was one of the most famous Jedi Scepter users of all time always made me question why didn't Yoda craft one for himself, as it could no doubt be a legendary item. Do you have any questions to pose on Jedi or Sith Scepters, staff or rods? Do you want to plea for the animal rights of amphistaffs? Drop me a comment on this video and I'll answer as soon as possible. Don't forget to thumbs up and subscribe, and may the Force be with you.